5 questions to ask yourself before you decide if homestaging is the right career for you. Are you comfortable selling your services? Are you ready to handle logistics? A lot of things are relying on you. Hey friends, welcome to Homestaging Business. My name is Joke, and today I want to talk about 5 questions to ask yourself before you decide if homestaging is the right career for you. And you can separate the art from the business. What do I mean by that? I'm glad you asked. Well, the art of homestaging is what drives all of us. The passion, the talent, the yearning to create beautiful spaces. And that doesn't have to mean that you have to be a business operator, because let's face it, it's a whole different ball game. Well, if you're not ready to deal with all the financing, marketing, licensing, business registration, insurance, logistics, all of the things that come with business, you want to start a career offering your services to a homestaging company and being a part of a team. And according to ZipRecruiter, you can earn from $20 an hour to $40 an hour, depending on your location, depending on your qualification. Then you can start as a staging assistant, which means you're assisting a team and there's somebody that leads the whole thing. Or you can just be the main stager, depending again on your experience, qualification, and all of that. And you could earn anything from $48,000 to $92,000, just depending on your skill level, the company you're working for, the location of the company, and you don't have to deal with the headache of running a business, because let's face it, not everyone is cut out to operate a business, and that's fine, but you can still creatively, put your talent to use without all the headaches that come from running a business and being the owner. Okay, next up, are you comfortable selling your services? Yes, you have to sell, because if you have decided to be a business owner, there is no way out of selling. And selling can be a cringy word. You're probably thinking of the car salesman. It doesn't have to be like that, but you still need to be able to articulate what you do and what it means and the value that you bring for somebody else to pay you money. For you to get to that point where somebody is ready to pay you for your services, you need to be able to sell the service. A lot of creative things, or if I can just stage, I make something beautiful, I can show you that I can do that, then that means you're ready to pay. But that is only the beginning. You have to be able to draw people in. You have to be able to sing the praise of what you do. Nobody's going to do it for you. You have to be able to do it. And if you're not comfortable doing that, then you need to start thinking of, you could find somebody to do it for you. But at the beginning, a lot of business owners just don't have the resources to find a salesperson. So you need to have some kind of level of sellability that you can actually talk to people. You'll be talking to people a lot. You'll be learning about the business that you're doing. Know what it does for people. It is not just about, I create a beautiful space, therefore pay me the money. What does that mean for me? What does that do for the person? How does that help them achieve their goals? How does it solve their problem? How does it address their pain points? So there are so many layers to sales than just, this is the product I'm selling, pay me the money. Okay, next up, are you ready to handle logistics, or do you just want to design? Again, that ties back to that first question, because you can design and have other people in charge of all the other things. Again, you'll have to get some help if you don't have the logistics, and you can practice that. So what does logistics mean? A lot of moving parts. Everything we do in homestaging looks amazing and beautiful when we're done, but the process is anything but. You have to deal with the messy middle. You have to deal with the moving. Number 3, do you have a financial plan to support yourself while you build your business? Because just like any new business that you start, it takes time for you to start seeing returns, for you to start making a profit, for you to start even making good money to support your lifestyle. So you need to have a plan. They always say have 3 to 6 months worth of savings before you start your business, because it can be brutal. Nobody is handing you a paycheck at the end of the day. You are your own ATM. So make sure that you have a plan for filling in those gaps of your startup period where you're not making enough money to sustain yourself. And then as you grow, as you start to make money, it starts to make sense. It is just the way business works. Plus, the business of homestaging is tied to real estate. Real estate is cyclical, it's seasonal, and so you have to plan for those lean months as well. So be mindful of all of those things and make sure that you're making a contingent plan for yourself while your startup gets off the ground. Okay, so next up is logistics, because it involves a lot. Staging is a whole process. Everything looks beautiful when it's done, but it is anything but. The process, the logistics, you have to curate inventory, you have to manage the inventory, you have to schedule client management, you have to find people to help you with the staging, maybe rent a truck or a U-Haul, schedule movers and schedule the staging, make sure that you have the key to the house. So many things that go on behind the scenes that you don't see in the beautiful photos. So you need to be mindful and start thinking of all of those things and make sure that you have your mind is ready. You have the mind shift from somebody who has all the tools handed to you to now you have to start creating all the tools to make things happen. A lot of things are relying on you to move the project from start to finish, and all of the messy middle you'll be in charge of. So think about that. And then lastly, the best laid plans don't always go according to how you plan them. And if anything is going to go wrong, it will. And that's why planning should be your superpower. I suggest that you start to take a look at everything you do and have a plan. And even when you have a plan, the best laid plans can go sideways because you're dealing with human beings. There are your clients who may not always comply and do what they promise to do. And there are people that are helping you that may not show up on the day of. What are you going to do? What are your contingency plans? Make sure that you're thinking it through. And all of this is not to say that it is not doable. A lot of people are doing it, therefore it is doable. So it is not to scare you, it is to prepare you and make sure that you have the right mindset coming in. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong, and you just have to be, what are you going to do? Are you ready to take the bull by the horn and just pivot and keep it going? Because that is what it takes. You don't have an employer that's going to solve the problem for you. You don't have anyone to fall back on. It is all on you. Are you ready? If you answered yes to a lot of these questions, you are on your way to starting. But if you hesitated or answered no, it is fine. It just means that now you have something to think about. And in thinking about that, it can be, hell no, I don't want to be a business owner. I just want to design. I can go find a job with company A, company B, and be a designer or a stager for them. The term designer and stager are interchangeable, so it can mean one or the other. You can stage as a designer, you can design as a stager. So it might be the better fit for you to go offer your services. And the reason I say offer your services, even as an employee, you're still offering your services to a company that you work with, and that might be a good fit for you. Or it might just give you a lot to now think about, all the things you need to prepare in your head and get your mind right and have the clarity of, holy hell, these are all the things I need to do, and then start doing them and start putting all those things in place and start thinking about them and start shifting your mind. Hey, I am always here to help. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I am also available on businessofhomestaging.com if you need mentorship or any coaching or guidance. Thank you for watching and keep doing all the things. Until next time.